Hello friends, welcome to my class. In today's class, we will discuss the Neolithic Age. In our previous classes, we discussed about the prehistoric age. We started discussing about the prehistoric age, and under prehistoric age, we discussed about the Paleolithic age and the Mesolithic age. Okay, we completed discussing Paleolithic age and Mesolithic age, and in today's class we'll discuss about the Neolithic age. So what is the time period of Neolithic age? So the time period of Neolithic age, it is from 10,000 years ago to 4,500 years ago. That is the time period of Neolithic age. Then what are the important features of Neolithic age? The first important feature of Neolithic age is that Neolithic age is also known as New Stone Age. Why is it known as New Stone Age? See, Neo means new, Lithic means stone, age means age. New Stone Age. Neolithic age is known as New Stone Age. Okay. Then Neolithic age, it is considered as a revolution in man's life. Okay. Neolithic age, it is considered as a revolution in mankind's because many major inventions were done by man during this period. Many major inventions were done by man during this particular age. That is the reason why this age of Neolithic is considered as a revolution in human development. Okay. Then what were the important developments or inventions done by mankind during the Neolithic age? So the first important development was starting of cultivation. Cultivation was started by man. See, in our previous classes, we observed that Paleolithic man and Mesolithic man used to rely on hunting and gathering to satisfy his needs. To satisfy his hunger, he used to rely on hunting and gathering. But that was not the case with the Neolithic man. Neolithic man, he started cultivation, and that's why his life was transformed from a food gathering to food producing. His life was transformed from food gathering to food producing. In Paleolithic and Mesolithic age, we will see that human society, it was a food gathering society, and now during Neolithic age, it was transformed into food producing society. Okay, and cultivation, it was first started in Nile river. On the banks of the river Nile, cultivation was started. Where is Nile river? It is present in Egypt. In Egypt, cultivation was first started in the world, and from Egypt, the knowledge of cultivation, it spread throughout the world. Okay, throughout the world, the knowledge of cultivation, it started spreading, and in India, it came through Central Asia. Through Central Asia, the knowledge of cultivation, it came to India, and in India, wheat and barley were the major crops which were grown. Okay, wheat and barley were the major crops which were grown, and from Central Asia, the knowledge of cultivation, it entered into India. Okay, and the first cultivation, it was started along the banks of the river Nile, which is present in Egypt. Okay, then the second major invention is the invention of wheel. Okay, second major development is invention of wheel. So this is considered as a benchmark or a landmark development. It is considered as a landmark development in man's life because this wheel, it made transportation of goods and even people easier. Now transportation was made easier because of the invention of wheel, and even wheel made pottery was also developed. Okay, during Neolithic age, we will see that the pottery was developed and even transportation was made easier, and both these things happened because of the invention of wheel. So that is the reason why the invention of wheel, it is considered as a landmark event in the development of mankind. Then this Neolithic age, it is divided into two different cultures. One is the ceramic culture and the aceramic culture. In our previous slides, I explained you that when wheel was invented, wheel made pottery was developed. Okay, wheel made pottery was also developed with the invention of wheel. But there were some cultures in the Neolithic age which were also Neolithic cultures only. So there were some Neolithic cultures which did not had any knowledge about pottery. Okay, such cultures were known as aceramic cultures. Okay, the cultures which did not had any knowledge about pottery, they were known as aceramic cultures, and the cultures which had knowledge about pottery, they were known as ceramic cultures. Okay, now is it clear? Neolithic culture based on the knowledge of pottery is divided into two different cultures, ceramic culture and aceramic culture. Ceramic cultures are those cultures which have knowledge about pottery, and aceramic cultures are those cultures which did not have knowledge about pottery. See, what was the major use of this pottery? What was the major use of this pottery? To store food grains. So, to store food grains, these pots were used. But apart from storing food grains, okay, these particular pots, they played a very important role, and they, in a way, they helped archaeologists and historians to learn about the different races which were present during the Neolithic Age. See, Neolithic Age comprised of people belonging to different races, okay, and this can be known through the study of pottery, because each race had their own style of pottery. Each race had their own style of pottery, or each group of Neolithic culture. Okay, Neolithic culture was divided into different groups, and each group had their own style of pottery. And when you study pottery, you will know about the society, economy, and political developments of those people. Okay, or socio-economic and political development of that particular sect. Okay, then what was the third major development? See, again I am saying domestication of animal is a major development which happened during Neolithic Age. In our previous class of Mesolithic Age, I already told you that it was during the Mesolithic Age that man started domesticating animals, and the first animal domesticated, it was dog, and later he also domesticated sheeps and goats for the sake of meat and skin, and this skin was used by the Mesolithic man to cover his body. Okay, we learned about all these things, but domestication of animals during Mesolithic Age, it was confined only to few areas. Okay, few areas of the world it was confined. But now during Neolithic Age, the domestication started throughout the world. Okay, throughout the world, domestication of animals started during the Neolithic Age. That is the reason why this domestication of animals, it is also considered as a major development of the Neolithic Age. Okay, now we have to analyze what happened after the starting of agriculture. After the start of agriculture, what happened? So we can see that with the development of agriculture, development of settled villages started. Okay, so cultivation of crops, it led to settled villages. So why am I saying this? Because during the Paleolithic Age and the Mesolithic Age, we have seen that man used to live a life of nomad. He was a nomad, right? Nomad means the people who move from one area to another area in search of food. In search of food, when people move from one area to another area, they are known as nomads. And during Paleolithic Age and Mesolithic Age, as they did not had any knowledge about cultivation, they used to rely on hunting and gathering, and that is the reason why they used to move from one area to another area. Okay, that was the life of Paleolithic and Mesolithic man. But as Neolithic man has invented agriculture, or he has started cultivation of crops, it was not necessary for him to move from one area to another area in search of food. Okay, so that's why settled villages started in Neolithic Age. And the invention of wheel, we have seen with the invention of wheel, transportation was made easier. Okay, transportation was made easier, and this transportation was used not only to transport humans, or not only for human transportation, but it was also used for trade purposes. We have seen that with the development of agriculture, surplus production was developed. Okay, surplus production was created because of the development of agriculture, and this surplus production was kept in the pots which were made out of wheel. Okay, wheel made pot were used to keep this surplus production, and this surplus production, it was transported through vehicles. So in this pictograph you can see, so the invention of wheel, it led to the development of wheel made pottery, and then easier transportation. Okay, and then agriculture was developed during Neolithic Age, and this surplus which was produced from the agriculture, it was stored in the wheel made pots. Okay, then extra goods, they were transported or traded to the areas which were deficit in those goods. Okay, so now the concept of trade was started. Okay, trade started, but it was in its initial stages. Okay, initial stages it was there. This trade was in its initial stages, but it started during Neolithic Age because surplus was produced, and this surplus was produced because of the practice of agriculture. Okay, this practice of agriculture, as we have seen, this practice of agriculture, it led to settlement of people. Okay, people started settling down, and with the settlement of people, it laid the foundation for transforming of culture into civilization. Till now it was only Paleolithic culture. Okay, and then it was Mesolithic culture and Neolithic culture, but at the end of Neolithic culture we can see the rise of civilization because of the settlement of people at one particular place. Okay, and we will learn about the most important civilization in the world after Neolithic Age, that is the Indus Valley civilization. Okay, then we have to go through the tools which were used by these people. See the difference between the tools which were used by the Paleolithic, Mesolithic and the Neolithic man. We have seen that the Paleolithic man used very crude tools. His tools, they were very crude. Okay, and the Mesolithic tools, they were very small. Okay, that's why Mesolithic Age was also known as Microlithic Age. But the Neolithic man, he used tools which were very polished. Okay, they were highly polished, and even these tools, they were attached to either bones or sticks. Okay, what he used to do is that he used to make this tool and attach this tool to either bones or sticks and use it. Okay, that was a major difference between the tools which were used by Paleolithic man, Mesolithic man and Neolithic man. Then we have to study about the important sites of Neolithic Age. You have to remember at least these sites which are mentioned in this particular slide. Okay, you have to remember these sites. So what are these sites? First important site is Gufkral and Burzoham. Here you will have Burzoham. Both this Gufkral and Burzoham, they are in Jammu and Kashmir. Then we have Koldi Vaha in Rajasthan. Here you can find Koldi Vaha in Rajasthan. Then we have Chirand in Bihar. Then we have, here you have Chirand in Bihar region. Then we have Pandu Rajar Dhubi in northeastern region. This is Pandu Rajar Dhubi in northeastern region. Then in Karnataka we have many Neolithic sites such as Maski, Bagalkot, Takkalikota, T. Narsipur, Koppagai, Hosur, Kodaikal and Brahmagiri. These are the important sites of Karnataka. Then in Telangana we have an important site called Utnur. Utnur, it is present in the present day Adilabad district. In Adilabad district of Telangana, you will have this Neolithic site, Utnur. And then we have Payampalli. This is also an important Neolithic site in Tamil Nadu. There are many other Neolithic sites also, but please at least try to remember these important sites. Okay. Then we have learned about important sites, right? So there are some sites among all these sites which have some unique features, such as, see the case of Gufkral. In Gufkral, you can say that it is the only aceramic Neolithic sites in India. In our previous slides, we discussed about what is the meaning of aceramic. Aceramic means any Neolithic culture which does not have any knowledge about pottery. Neolithic culture which do not have knowledge about pottery, they are known as aceramic culture. So the Neolithic people who lived in Gufkral, they did not have any knowledge about pottery. That is the reason why Gufkral is the only aceramic Neolithic site. This you have to remember, it's important. Okay. Then we have Burzoham. This is also a very important site. It is present in the Jammu and Kashmir region. This site is important because in this site we have discovered pit dwellings. Okay, pit dwelling means people used to live in pits. Okay, underground. They used to live in underground pits. Then double burial system can also be observed in Burzaham region. So in Burzaham region we have two important unique features. One is the pit dwellings and then the double burial system. Then we have the Chiran culture. Chiran is an important site in Bihar region. We have seen in the map. Chiran is an important site in Bihar region, and in this site we have excavated tools which were made of human bones. Okay, human bones were used to make tools in this Chiran region of Bihar. Okay, this is also an important Neolithic site. Then in South India, okay, in South India, agriculture was started during Neolithic site, and the major crop which was cultivated, it was ragi. Even now ragi is a staple food of many states of South India, especially Karnataka. In Karnataka, ragi is a important staple crop. Okay, then this site is important for us. Mehergarh is a very important site and it is located in Baluchistan region. Okay, in present day Pakistan, you have this province called Baluchistan. In Baluchistan you have this area called Mehergarh, and this is the first Neolithic site in India to establish contacts with Mesopotamia civilization. Mesopotamia civilization means the Iranian civilization, the civilization in Iran which is present along the banks of Euphrates and Tigris river. Along the banks of Tigris and Euphrates river, you have a civilization flourishing, that was the Mesopotamian civilization, and Mehergarh was the first site in India, that is the Neolithic site in India, which had contacts with the Mesopotamia civilization. And you will even see that it was in Mehergarh that agriculture was first started in India. Okay, in India agriculture was first started in Mehergarh, that is in 7000 BC. Somewhere around 9000 years ago, agriculture was started in Mehergarh, which is present in Baluchistan, and it is the first Neolithic site to have contact with the Mesopotamian civilization. And this site, okay, the people of this site, it is considered that the people of this site, they acted as the forerunners in establishing of Indus Valley civilization. Okay, it is said that the people of this site, they acted as a forerunners in the establishment of Indus Valley civilization, about which we will learn in our future classes. This Indus Valley civilization is one of the greatest civilization back then. Okay, and it is the only urban civilization among all the oldest civilization. Okay, then this Mehergarh, it is also the longest surviving site which survived even during the Metal Ages. Okay, we have seen that Mehergarh is an important Neolithic site, right? But it was not only a Neolithic site, it survived the Neolithic age, then it even survived the Metal Ages. So what were these Metal Ages? In our future classes we'll learn about the Bronze civilization, and we'll even learn about the Chalcolithic age and Iron Age. So these are, wait a minute, so these are important Iron Age. So Bronze Age, Chalcolithic Age and Iron Age were survived by Megalithic Age. That is the reason why it is considered as a longest surviving site. Okay, so this is the end of the class. So if you have any doubts, please ask me in our next classes. Okay, so in our future classes we will learn about the Indus Valley civilization. We'll start Indus Valley civilization. Till now we have studied about the prehistoric age. Now we have to move to the proto-historic age. And what is the important site in proto-historic age, or what is the important period of proto-historic age? It is nothing but Indus Valley civilization. So in the proto-historic age we'll learn about Indus Valley civilization. This is the end of the prehistoric age. And reference material, for reference you can go through R.S. Sharma's India's Ancient Past. India's Ancient Past of R.S. Sharma, you can use it as a reference for the prehistoric age and even for our future classes. Okay, thank you.